right. Welcome all. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and thank you as well for spending some time with us. My name is Sandra. I am Coach Sandra. I'm co-hosting here today with Coach Marbella. And while we wait for everyone to join us and get settled in, why don't you go ahead and put your information in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what branch of service you're from, and also the years that you served, so that we can get to know each other a little bit. Excuse me. How are you doing today, Marbella?
I'm doing good. A little nervous, camera shy over here, but happy to be here with you guys.
Absolutely. Same.
Let us know. Exactly. So let us know where you guys are, welcoming from. I'm from Panama over here, beautiful Panama. So where are you guys at?
Mr. Bob Owen, nice to see you, sir, or see you are here. I believe we're going to be talking soon. So thank you for joining us today. That's wonderful. Thank you. That's great.
Okay. Oh, Jen. I said Ken Johnson. Yep. From U.S. Air Force, 1973. Lexington, Texas. Welcome.
Valente Delgado, San Antonio, Texas. What a great city. Yes. Welcome. Thank you for your service. Absolutely. Good afternoon, Mr. Brian Radel. Mr. Brian, thank you for being here today.
Then Ray Johnson. Welcome, Ray. He's Army 81 to 94, also from Leavenworth, Kansas.
Wow. You would like to be an elite member, John Burnett. Absolutely exciting. Yes, we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So stand by, and you'll definitely get the information that you need to become a member. Looking forward to working with you. John Sweeney, welcome, Florida. That's where I am. Shout out. Let's see. Mark Nichols, 8290, Army Red 3rd. Oh, it keeps moving. Can't see. Here is in Clearwater, Florida. Another great place. Thank you for your service. Thank you all. This is great to see all these people. I love it. All these veterans on board. Go ahead. All right. Byron Brown, Dallas, Texas. United States Air Force. Go Air Force. Oh my God. Demetrius just received 100% rating, and for TBI and PTSD rated separately. That is amazing. Congratulations.
What an achievement. Absolutely life-changing, right? Congratulations.
Absolutely. And we'll get to your questions in a little bit as well. We're going to present first. We're going to go through some great information, and then after the presentation, we'll address your questions definitely. So if you have any, just continue to add them in there. We'll be more than happy. Keith Walter, welcome. Marcos, Robert. Leon.
And then we have Leon. Welcome from Louisiana. Love it.
Wow, that's great. I love seeing all these veterans here. We are so excited. Yes. Lots of U.S. Air Force.
U.S. Marine Corps. Welcome, you guys. Happy to be here. Happy to have you all.
Coach Charles Rosario, you're in good hands, Don. All right, wonderful. Well, this is great. We're going to get started here. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, and then Marbella will as well. But as you know, again, my name is Sandra, Coach Sandra. I've been with VA Claims Insider for a little bit over 3 years now. My father was a veteran. He served in the Air Force for 23 years, and he was a very proud veteran, literally very proud. He would tell us so many stories about his service. Actually would tell anyone who would ask, he was that proud. He was proud to have served. Anyone we would say, hi, I'm Mr. So-and-so, and I'm a veteran. And so, yes, definitely proud. I grew up overseas most of my life because my father was stationed overseas most of his military life. So stationed overseas for a long time. And it was an amazing upbringing and an amazing experience being exposed to, so many different countries, languages, and cultures. So yes, I am an Air Force brat, and I'm very proud to be one, of course. I learned about VA Claims Insider through a good friend of mine that I met while my father was stationed in Aviano, Italy. And this friend and I stayed in touch throughout the years. And about a little over 3 years ago, we reconnected. And I asked him, I said, hey, what are you up to? What do you do? And he told me he helped veterans obtain their disability compensation by educating them through the claims process. And as soon as I heard that, I immediately started pleading with him. And I said, please tell me more about this company. I so want to be a part of it. And the rest is history. Here I am. I've been here for some time now. And it's been nothing but a pleasure serving you every day, serving veterans, and still staying within that life that I grew up in, that I hold so dear to my heart. So again, proud to be a part of VA Claims Insider and looking forward to giving you some great information today. And thank you again for being here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandra. That's amazing. About me, my name is Coach Marbelia. We are happy to be here with you guys today, and thank you for your service. Again, I am not a veteran, but I am married to a veteran, and I come from a family that served. My path has crossed with many veterans in the 13 years I have worked as a first responder, in the healthcare setting and transport, so forth. But I always knew there had to be something more I could do to help. I found VACI when I saw my husband struggle with the VA, being stuck at 10% for 13 years and just nowhere to go, right? So started looking around. I found VACI. I let him know about it. I said, what's the worst that can happen? You don't win or you don't get an increase, you don't pay. So he said, all right, let's do it. And literally with their help, he went from 10% to 100% PNT. Truly life-changing. I feel it. And then after that, I just wanted to come over and help. So I left bedside and decided to come here and pay it forward. I'm extremely honored and blessed to be part of this company and be able to help you all change your lives just like they helped us.
Wonderful.
And that's my story and sticking to it.
That's a great story. Happy to have you here too. All right. So let's start with our disclaimer before we get into our topic today. Go ahead, Marbelia, with the
disclaimer. Okay, so here we go. We are not accredited agents, BSOs, attorneys, or any other entity recognized by the Department of Veteran Affairs, the VA. We are not affiliated with the VA in any way. VA Claims Insider is an education-based coaching consulting company for disabled veterans exploring eligibility for increases in the VA disability benefits and who wish to learn more about that process. VA Claims Insider also connects with veterans with vetted independent medical professionals in our referral network for an independent medical opinions or a wide range of disability conditions.
So. All right, thank you so much. And for the non-members, hopefully you will become a member one day because we would love to help you. But just to give you a little bit of information related to VA Claims Insider, VA Claims Insider is an education-based coaching and consulting company for disabled veterans who are exploring eligibility for increased VA disability benefits and who wish to learn more about that process. So once you become a member, you will receive one-on-one coaching, strategizing on what is the best path to move forward for you, right? So we educate you through the claims process. We coach you We coach you through submission if that is needed. And most importantly, we prepare you for one of the most important days of this whole process, which is called the CMP exam, or the compensation and pension exam. Here at VA Claims Insider, we use a method that is called SEM, which stands for strategy, education, and medical evidence, right? So educating you throughout the system, the process, strategizing, and then ensuring that you have sufficient medical evidence to support your claim in order to successfully submit that claim and, hopefully get a positive outcome.
Absolutely. And, in the process, we're here to guide you, empower you through your VA claim journey. Part of that is also through our live Zoom classes. We offer them 3 times a day. We have coffee with the coaches, mental health exam preps, medical exam preps, and all of that is through your VA CI1. So if you become a member, absolutely, you have access to all of that, as well as your coaches. They're here to help you and guide you through this entire process. So, want to learn more? Schedule a free discovery call and talk to one of our team members by going to VA Claims Insider Help.
And I just wanted to mention something real quickly. I saw a couple of questions in the comments related to fees. So you'll learn all about that in the discovery call, but there are no fees at all for you to become a member.
It's free to sign up.
Yes, it is free to sign up. You become an elite member. So, get that free discovery call in, talk to one of our agents or one of our veterans. They are veterans indeed. Get all the information and hope to work with you. So we're going to get started on today's topic. Today's topic is types of evidence that the VA will accept to support your claim, that they will, okay? Not maybe or whatever, they will. So there are various types of forms that a veteran can use to support his or her claim. And so when you're filing for a disability compensation, one of the forms that you can use to support your claim is called Form VA 214138 or 214138. Excuse me. This form is also known as the Statement in Support of Claim. So while it's not necessarily required for you to submit this form, it can indeed be extremely useful in the absence of service treatment records or in the absence of maybe current symptoms that you want to address. And it can also be extremely helpful documentation to strengthen your claim because you're actually giving your statement in support of the claim that you are submitting. So this form can be used to either write a statement for service connection, so directly related to service, or you can also use this statement for, let's say you're already service connected for a condition, maybe you're at 10% or 20%, and that condition is worsening, you can use the 214138 form to request an increase in that disability rating. So this statement or your personal statement is usually about 3 to 5 paragraphs long. It's a written narrative that details the facts and the circumstances of your disability condition. Right? So the personal statement can fill in the gaps that service or medical records, again, may not cover, and also confirm the progression of or the severity, like we just talked about, for an increase. So the severity of a condition and how is that condition impacting you in your life, socially and occupationally. So you can talk about those things in your statement, in that personal statement. So very important. Like I said, not necessary, but it can definitely fill in those gaps and is very helpful. Another form that you can use and that the VA will indeed accept from you is called Form 2110-210, also known as the Buddy Letter. So the Buddy Letters are most efficient when a buddy, so a person that, let's say, you served with, directly witnessed a situation that occurred when you were in service, or because you served together. So that buddy witnessed that situation and can attest to it and can write a statement to support your claim. For example, if you're submitting a claim, let's say for mental health, hypothetically, and you do have a friend or someone very close to you that knew you prior to service, during service, and after service, well, that's a great indication of a person that knew you throughout life and that can attest to the changes that may have occurred, prior and during life and after service. A buddy letter can also be written by a spouse. Again, someone who knew you very well prior. So if you got married before service, or you were sweethearts before service and then you served, that spouse, that's someone near and close to you, can also write a buddy letter for you. So again, the form is 21-10-210, and that is called, again, the buddy letter. So the overall purpose of the form is for someone who knows the veteran well enough to speak to the impact of their claimed condition. And lastly, these forms need to be signed and dated, as the person who is writing the statement is certifying that the statements on the form are true and correct to the best of their knowledge and belief. So if you look under this form, you will see underneath the signature line, it literally says that you are signing the statement regarding the penalty, or it talks about the penalty for perjury, to remind the veterans of the oath that they are taking prior to signing that form. So both forms have to be signed, both the personal statement and the buddy letter, signed and dated. Okay, signed by you on the personal, signed by the buddy on the 10-10, 21-10-210. Just a little more information related to other evidence that you can submit. If specifically you are submitting a claim for, let's say, migraines, there is an app that you can actually download on your cell phone, either iPhone or Android. It's called the Migraine Buddy App. We talk about this a lot in our Zoom meeting. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, if that is something you're entertaining to move forward with, Migraine Buddy App, it's a great app to log the severity of your symptoms, the frequency of the symptoms, and the duration of those symptoms. That is evidence you can also submit to the VA to support your claim. So this can be helpful indeed in supporting your claim.
100%. It's literally as easy as downloading it from like your app store and just start tracking it. I've used it all the time with my veterans, and they've had great outcome. Half the time they don't even get a CMP exam. They'll just get what we call an ACE review, call to verify their stuff, and done. So absolutely worth downloading and taking a look at that Migraine Buddy app.
Great. And yeah, just wanted to add real quick, as far as the buddy letters, it doesn't have to be limited to just one buddy letter. There can be multiple, as far obviously as if it's your statement, just one statement from you. But as far as buddy letters, 1, 2, or 3 to support that claim will be accepted by the VA. Thank you. Go ahead, Marbella. She's going to talk a little bit. Yes.
Thank you, Sandra. That's beautiful, excellent information. Okay. So in order to be eligible for VA disability compensation benefits, a veteran must prove 4 essential elements. 1, that you have a medical diagnosis of the disability or condition. 2, evidence of an in-service event, disease, injury, aggravation in your medical records. 3, that you have a medical nexus, which is a nexus just means a link or connection between your diagnosed disability or condition and the evidence in your service, right? Finally, number 4, how the severity and frequency and duration of your symptoms cause occupational and social impairments in your life. How is it affecting your life? All of this can be provided via personal statement, like Sandra just described, a DBQ, or a Nexus, right? So Sandra will go over a DBQ shortly. So let's talk about a Nexus. What is a medical nexus? A Nexus letter is an evidence-based medical document prepared by a private medical professional that helps you establish that link or connection, the nexus between the diagnosed disability or condition and your service. That would be like a direct service connection. Or in the case of secondary service connections, how the diagnosed disability or condition is caused and or aggravated by another service-connected disability you already have. For example, migraines. You're suffering from migraines. You have no records, nothing in records for that. But you can do migraines secondary to your already service-connected tinnitus or PTSD or mental health, right? Okay. However, if you have a current diagnosis or of a chronic disability that was initially diagnosed during your service, and it's in your military records, supported by medical evidence, you probably don't even need a Nexus letter. Why? Because you have the medical evidence that that disability existed during your military service. But you still need to ensure that the frequency, severity, and duration of your symptoms are properly documented in your medical records. So if they're not, talk to your coach. And like Brian says, get your butt to the doctor. Start documenting, start complaining about these issues, okay? But if you've been out of service longer than 12 months, or you've been denied on a service connection, it is most likely because you failed to prove that there was a nexus existed, or on at least a slightly as not basis, meaning there was a 50% chance or greater that it was caused and or aggravated by your service, right? A nexus letter is highly recommended. Why again? Because you need a powerful argument to overcome a previous VA claim denial to help you tip the scales in your favor, right? One last thing, not all Nexus letters are built equally. You want a Nexus letter with a high probative value. So absolutely talk to us, let us know, we can help guide you along the way. Okay, now, Sandra, drop some nuggets on us. Can you tell us what a DBQ is?
Yes, and get your butt to the doctor is one of my favorite
100%.
of Brian Reese, not because it's a great line, because it is, honestly, but because it truly means so much. Getting to the doctor means that you are establishing and accumulating all that medical evidence that you need to support your claim, right? Because let's say you were, hypothetically, you injured your knee in service in 1998, hypothetically, right? And then 20 years go by and you submit a claim for that knee or that condition. Yes, your records absolutely state that you were injured in service. However, the VA is also going to look for continuity of care, meaning they'll want to see that condition became chronic, right? Not just a one time I hurt my knee and then it no longer hurt again. So getting your butt to the doctor means accumulating that evidence to possibly support a condition that occurred in service and showing the evidence that it did continue to affect you along the years and to this day. So very important.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
That. Absolutely right, Sandra. A lot of times when we look through these denial letters, the VA will say, okay, yeah, we acknowledge it happened in service. yeah, we see your events, but there's no chronicity. So basically, you haven't been seeing the doctor, you haven't been complaining about it this entire time, which is why we keep saying, get your butt to the doctor.
Yes, get all that documented. All right, the next form I am going to speak of is called a DBQ. The acronym DBQ stands for Disability Benefits Questionnaire, which is a form that guides a physician during an exam to record all the information needed to correctly rate a disability or condition, right? So initially, these DBQs, or Disability Benefits Questionnaires, were intended mainly for the use of the VA staff only, or maybe their contracted physicians that they use to perform CMP exams. CMP exams, again, is compensation and pension exam. However, in March of 2021, the VA released new public DBQs. So these disability benefits questionnaires became public, allowing veterans to give these DBQs to their private doctors or healthcare providers to complete them for them, right? So instead of now only the VA using this form, you as a veteran to support your claim can actually use the Disability Benefits Questionnaire. So they provide veterans with a way to submit medical evidence to support your claim, and also can indeed speed up the claims process. These DBQs also help physicians accurately and completely rate and record a veteran's disability during an exam. And that's what they do use, those CMP examiners. When you go to that exam, they use these disability benefits questionnaires. These questionnaires can include a lot of different things, which I'm going to go over right now. So in essence, the DBQ will help describe your symptoms, and it will include a diagnosis of the condition in that form, past and current medications that you used for that condition. So an array of, information related to medication, any type of findings, any signs, any symptoms, and most importantly, the functional impact of that condition on it's having on you. There are many different types of disability benefits questionnaires because each one is tailored to a specific condition. So there's a DBQ specifically for migraines. There's one for mental health. There's one for sleep apnea. There's one for back pain, for ankle pain, for each condition. So there are over 70 DBQs. And so if you would like to use this specific DBQ, Disability Benefits Questionnaire, to support your claim, excuse me, you can actually give it to your provider and say, hey, doctor, here, can you please fill this out for me? And you can obtain that through the VA's website. So if you go to their website and let's say you type in migraine DBQ or DBQ for migraines, DBQ for mental health, you'll be able to find that on the website. So go ahead and research that. If you do want to use that as medical evidence to support your claim, send it, bring it to your doctor in person, have them review it, have them accurately complete it, and keep a copy for your records, and then also use that, of course, to submit as part of your evidence when you submit your claim. Again, it is not mandatory for you to use a DBQ, but in some cases, when you do use the disability questionnaire along with enough other supporting evidence, meaning that personal statement I just spoke about, or the buddy letter that I also mentioned, when you're gathering all this evidence and you're providing it to the VA, all this information could provide enough or sufficient information to the VA rater to make a decision without possibly needing that CMP exam. So that DBQ sometimes can override the CMP exam. It is not set in stone that it will, but it can sometimes because if you think about it, when you go to that C&P exam, the examiner, for the different providers that the VA hires, QTC and VES, they are filling out that DBQ. So if you already have one, it may override that C&P exam.
Absolutely. And look, I know that sometimes I keep hearing that it's hard to get a DBQ. My doctor won't fill one out or won't help me. Conflict of interest. I have a VA doctor. So this is the time where you get with your coach, and have them guide you in that direction, because there's other alternatives, other companies that, in a referral network that can also help you with that if needed, right? So absolutely, constant having that open door of communication between yourself and your coach will help you guide along and make this journey so much easier for you. So, we're here to help and always happy to hear from you.
Yes.
So great information, Sandra. Thank you so much.
Yes, it is indeed.
Absolutely.
For the veterans.
Okay, so now let's take a few minutes to talk about an IMO, right? So IMO stands for Independent Medical Opinion. These documents are important because they offer an unbiased, evidence-based argument, right, from a medical provider who is not a VA employee. It includes a diagnosis backed by medical evidence to support your claim. It also addresses the severity of your symptoms, followed by a nexus, which is that link we talked about earlier. Nexus statement linking your diagnosed condition to either your service or service-connected disability. So, for example, whether you're seeking a direct service connection for a mental health disability or condition due to an in-service event or stressor, right? That would be a direct connection. Or, for example, whether you're seeking a connection, secondary connection for a mental health condition that was caused or aggravated by the service-connected disabilities you already have. So we have primary and secondary connections, and that's when an IMO would be extremely helpful for you. Why do you need an IMO to help you win your claim? And I've been asked that before. Plain and simple, because it provides the needed medical evidence by experts in their field. Lack of medical evidence is the number one reason why claims get denied. Sadly, but true. Right, Sandra?
Indeed. Evidence, yes.
You want to make sure that you have all the evidence you need. And again, why we're here to guide you into, and we're all about fully developed claims. So if you file a fully developed claim and you have all the evidence you need, they can't fight against that. Mm-hmm. So that's you literally are submitting a strong case. Anyways, I think that's it for me.
I just wanted to real quick recap, just in case you missed the actual form number. So for the personal statement, for your own personal statement, you're going to use form 214138. And then again, if you need a buddy letter, not you need, but if you would like to provide a buddy letter to the VA to support your claim, that form is 2110-210. And then the DBQ is the Disability Benefits Questionnaire that you can find online. It is open to the public again. So either the VA website, Google.
Type in DBQ.
Yeah, type in the DBQ and the name of the condition. And then independent medical opinions, which are provided by independent medical providers to provide excellent evidence to support your claim. By any means. And then again, I think the last one was I think we covered all of them, the recap, right? We did IMOs, DBQs. Oh, the Nexus letters, yeah. And again, nexus means link, right? So a nexus is establishing the link between either a condition and service. So a condition that initiated in service and that condition, or it can also establish the link between
Secondary condition.
secondary condition.
Right? Like your knees, secondary to your back. If your back is service connected, now you're having knee issues. And of course, that didn't happen during your service. So that's where that nexus would come in handy, because they would be able to link those to your back. Or maybe you have ankle issues, disability service connected, and now you're having trouble with your feet. So your feet secondary to your ankles and so forth. So any part of the body can be connected to each other. So
Absolutely.
That's where the nexus comes in. And we have, you need an expert medical opinion in that field to help you, write a strong argument to help you prove that to the VA.
And especially for, mental health claims as well. So the nexus is basically a board certified psychologist that you meet with, who evaluates you and determines, yes, in my opinion, it's at least as likely than not, meaning it's at least 50% chance or greater that the condition, that diagnosis that they render you with, either generalized anxiety disorder, PTSD, major depressive disorder, is related to service. So they're establishing the link, and that is what the VA needs in order to accept your claim, right? They need a medical professional to determine that nexus. So,
absolutely. And that's where that tip goes in your favor, right, Sandra? Where, 50-50, tie goes to the veteran.
Absolutely. So and VA Claims Insider does, just like Marbella said earlier, connect you with independent medical providers to provide those documents that you will need to support your claims. So I think we are done specifically with the types of evidence that that the VA will accept for you. We'll take some questions. So you're, feel welcome to go ahead and write some questions in the chat here. And let's see, what time is it? We still have about 20 minutes with you, so that's great. So let me address John Malloy. I'm already 100%, no way to go higher. You've reached the apex, John. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So what's next from 100%? If you're PNT or 100%. So absolutely don't want to poke that bear. So the only other thing I would consider, if you do not have PNT, that might be something you might want to consider. You want to solidify that 100%, not have the VA to worry about in 10 years, 5 years, whenever the VA deciding to come back and reevaluate one of your conditions. So you absolutely, that's the only other thing that we would recommend for you. Check your letter.
Yeah, just to let everyone know, sorry. Yeah, PNT means or stands for permanent and total. So that means the VA deems you permanently and totally disabled. So great benefits that come with that percentage. So if you're not, you want to get with your coach if you have one. If not, come on board and we can definitely help with that. So, sorry, go ahead.
One more thing. PNT does not mean you cannot work. I've had that question asked so many times. So yes, you can still work if you're PNT. It just means they can't mess with you. No more CMPs till your desk. So you're good.
Another question, and good point, Marbella. After the free discovery call, are there additional fees associated with working with VA Claims Insider? So after the discovery call, Virginia, if you are on board and you are awarded awarded or assigned a coach like us, you do not have any fees unless you do need that medical evidence to support your claims. So when you do have a coach, you can talk to them about that. They'll determine what evidence you do have to support your claim. If indeed you need medical evidence, so that Nexus letter, that independent medical opinion, They will direct you to the independent medical providers that provide those Nexus letters. And there are fees that they charge. This company is separate from VA Claims Insider, and they will talk to you about that. But those fees you will incur if you need medical evidence, and only with VA Claims Insider if you win your claim, right? So if you and I work together for, let's say, 3 years and you never win your claim, you don't pay anything to VA Claims Insider at all. But if you do, then there is a fee that is that you do incur.
Absolutely. And then as far as those letters, like we have a team of medical providers in our referral network.
Mm-hmm.
When you become a member, you're not paying full price for that Nexus letter or that IMO. I've had veterans tell me I paid $3,000, $2,000 for an IMO. And to be honest with you, like I said, not all of them are built the same. Not all Nexus letters are built the same. So the VA, of course, denied them and they have to do it again. So with us, you have, that at least that security of knowing that, the people that we have in our referral network are, know what they're doing. They're experts in their field, and you won't have to keep buying or paying for another letter for that condition again. Right?
Absolutely. And Ken put a comment as well. He said, I need a Nexus. So not sure if you're a member, Ken, but go ahead and get that free discovery call. You see that on our screen here, or visit VA Claims or www.vaclaims.help so that you can get that free discovery call and then find out how you can obtain a Nexus from that referral network that we can provide you with at very great prices, right?
We also, use the same link to to become a member, and so they can, assign you to a coach and get you started on your VA journey. So we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, there's another question here. I have not seen my medical records since 2004 due to a divorce. Is this going to hinder the process? Not at all. It will not. Again, once you do connect with a coach, Randy, we will strategize to determine what you do have, what you don't have, and start building that claim efficiently to ensure that the outcome is, properly submitted, if you will. But in essence, I've worked with many, many, many veterans, and what an honor, truly. And many of them come to me, they're like, I have no service treatment records at all. Like, I have nothing. Okay, let's talk about your conditions. Where did you serve? What did you do? What was your MOS? Were you ever exposed to loud noises? So there's a lot of questions that, a coach will ask to navigate through this strategy call and then determine what the best path is for you. So no, to answer that question, you don't. If you have them, awesome. It would be awesome and great, right? Because very helpful to have those records, but not.
And if you don't worry. And again, this is why we're here. We're here to educate you, encourage you, empower you through this journey. So you're not doing this alone. So don't feel, I don't have my records, I can't file a claim. No, you have a DD-214, talk to us, Sometimes maybe even a 10% service connection for tinnitus, like John, we can go a long way with that, okay? Even if you didn't have combat deployments, there's always a way, depending on what's going on in your life. So we talk to you, we get to know you, and that's how we build that connection with you. Okay, so anyways, you're not alone.
Which is the best part, right? That relationship that we have with our veterans.
Yeah, it takes away all that stress and frustration of having to deal with the VA, having to try to decipher those letters alone.
And I think I addressed this earlier. Can you have multiple buddy letters? Yes, you can, by different people. Absolutely. How do you become a member and talk to a coach. I think we had that up on our screen
Absolutely.
earlier, but again, www.vaclaims.help. So if you're still here, Toby, go ahead and take that information down, vaclaims.help. And then you'll have a free discovery call and you'll be on your way.
There's one from Wanda. I claimed headaches and was rated at 0%. Can I put migraines as secondary? No. Increase. Absolutely not. 0% for headaches, migraines, they get rated under the same criteria. So you should not have, if your severity or your symptoms are there, that 0 is not acceptable. So absolutely talk to your coach and they'll help guide you to how to get that up, okay? I've seen that before, and veterans end up with a 30 or 50% based on their severity of the symptoms.
Yeah. And then we have U.S. Marine Corps, Farrell. What is the difference between submitting for a secondary and submitting for a supplemental? So a secondary condition is basically when you are already service connected for, let's say, mental health, right? Either PTSD, anxiety, depression. The VA rates mental health all under the same umbrella. It doesn't matter what is, it's all mental health to the VA. Let's say that you also suffer from migraines or GERD, which is reflux disease, or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. That would be considered a secondary claim, meaning my mental health is causing this other condition. So that is a secondary claim, which you can claim for. So if you're already service connected for mental health and you suffer from these other conditions, hence get your butt to the doctor, then because you need a diagnosis, right? Anytime you submit a claim, absolutely need a diagnosis. So secondary claim is basically saying, I suffer from a service-connected mental health condition, and I would like to submit a claim for another condition that is caused by that.
It was caused or aggravated by that, absolutely.
That service. Yeah. A supplemental claim is an appeal. So there's 2 forms, well, actually 3 forms of appeal: supplemental claim, higher level review, and then Board of Veteran Affairs. Yeah. Supplemental claim means that you are appealing a previously denied claim. The supplemental claim will allow you to add new and relevant evidence for the VA to reconsider providing compensation for that, right? So if you were previously denied, use the supplemental form, which is 200995. 200995 is the supplemental claim form to submit new and relevant evidence. So and then higher level review, and then there's other forms. That's another topic. I'm sure someone else did a
get with your coach. Absolutely, they'll show you which form is the right path for you. Right. And then we have Noreen and Richard wanting to know how they get a copy of the DBQs. Just go to va.gov and type in DBQs. A whole list will pop up. Mm-hmm. And you pick the ones that's right for you. And literally you can open it up, download it, print it, take it to your doctor if you need to. And if it can help you, great.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, online. Let's see. Can you use a DBQ as a way to submit a secondary claim? Absolutely. A DBQ is a Disability Benefits Questionnaire. You can use that form as evidence to support that claim. So indeed you can, Kenneth. And can I use the Migraine Buddy for evidence only? Well, it's additional evidence to support your claim, right? But you do need a diagnosis for that condition. Very important. The VA will automatically deny your claim if you do not have a diagnosis. So diagnosis is needed. In-service treatment records showing that the condition initiated in service or you were treated for it in service. A statement, buddy letters, Migraine Buddy App, or secondary condition. I talk a lot with my hands because as I said earlier, I grew up in Europe, so
look, absolutely true. No, I do that too. Absolutely true. And the same thing with the migraines. It's not just about a DBQ. You also need, the Migraine Buddy app, like Sandra said, personal statements. And most important, when you do write your statement, you got to focus on about severity, when it started, how many, frequency, severity, duration, right? Is it causing you occupational social impairments? And so forth. Let's just start.
And I also wanted to address a comment that was earlier. Is there a soldier locator that can find former roommates, platoon members to help with buddy letters? That's a great question, Norm. There is a site, and that can actually help, and they're going to probably upload that. There it is. The site that you can reach out to is right there, join.togetherweserved.com//VA. Thank you so much. Yes, great question, Norm. Appreciate that.
I have one of my veterans on here, Jason. Marbella is my coach. She does a great job. Woohoo! Jason, I appreciate that.
Let's see. So let's see another question. Can a buddy letter include PTSD and breathing conditions, or do you need a separate one for each? Yeah. Michael Mulligan. So PTSD is one condition. Breathing conditions is a different condition, right? So let's say sleep apnea, upper respiratory conditions, sinusitis, allergic rhinitis, asthmas. That's one condition. PTSD is another. So yes, two different forms, but a buddy letter can, I would separate the buddy letters, right? So if you have a friend or a buddy that's writing a statement related to your PTSD, have them write a buddy letter for that, and then a separate one specifically for the other condition. So separate them.
Absolutely. And then we have a Valente. Can you claim migraines secondary to tinnitus? Absolutely, you can. So if your migraines if your tinnitus is aggravating or causing your migraines, absolutely download Migraine Buddy and start recording them and get back to the doctor, get your diagnosis, and then that'll be a way to start. Yes. But might need a link, which is that Nexus, right? For those.
And Eric also had a good question. Is there a particular form for the Nexus letter? No, there's not a specific form number or name. It's literally just called the Nexus letter. This form is created by a medical professional, a medical provider, to establish the link between either service in that condition or a secondary condition to an already service-connected disability. So this form looks like, let's say, a diagnosis on top, a very thorough independent medical opinion in the middle of that form, and then at the bottom of this form, you'll see the statement that is very important, where the medical provider or medical professional will state that it is more likely than not, or it's at least as likely than not, that so and so and so, right, is 50% chance or greater or not, or whatever the statement is. But the Nexus is establishing the link between what you're trying to submit. So not a form per se, but it's just a letter.
And the most important part of that is that you want an independent medical provider who has a specialty in that field, because they do have to put their credentials on the actual letter, to support your claim. So
a couple more. We have another, let's see, a couple minutes here with you. I wish we could stay here longer because it's
that's really fun.
Yeah, to help with all these questions, we'd love to. Can I file a claim even though a veteran has a pending rating currently? So I'm assuming, Mr. Knoll, you mean, can I file a new claim even though you already have a claim pending? I would say wait, right? Because that claim's already gone through the process. Whatever the status that claim is in, If you do file for a new claim on top of a claim that's already in progress, it can definitely delay that process.
Yeah. You don't want them to put that claim aside and start looking at your new
And
claim.
starting
So
over.
absolutely not.
Um,
Right?
Unless you have the pending claim is an appeal, then you can indeed submit a new claim, right? Or if it's another appeal, you can do another appeal as well at the same time. But if it's a new claim and then another new claim, no. Does a CMP examiner use VA records as part of their evaluation? They do have access to your VA medical records. So yes, that will be part of the evidence that they will review to determine the outcome of your claim.
Absolutely. But look, how many people does an examiner look at on a daily basis? Do they really have time to look at all your medical records, even though they should? So this is, again, when letters, Nexus letters, IMOs, all of that comes in handy, because you have that independent medical provider that went through your records, noted all down, and kind of made their job easier and your case a lot stronger. But yes, they can.
Yes.
Or should.
Do buddy letters have to be on the VA forms, or can it be signed and notarized letter? Greg, it can. The VA prefers that buddy letter to be on the 10-210, so 21-10-210. However, and you can download all these forms on va.gov, literally. So you can just type in form 214138 or form 21-10-210, download it to your computer, print it out, and give it to your buddy. In the absence of that form, yes, that buddy can write it on a Word document, or as long as it's signed and dated, you can use it.
Absolutely. Okay, I think we're coming to the end of our of our time here, Sandra.
We have one here real quick. Let's see. Paula, the military lost my records on my back problems from AIT. How can I get copies to prove my issues? I can barely function at times.
You can try TRICARE or the National Archives. So if you were ever seen, they should have copies of your records there as well.
And Mill Connect is another website you can reach out to. But Paula, if you're interested in moving forward with us, there may be another option instead of focusing on the back, which I know,
absolutely,
is extremely painful. But when you get together with a coach, that strategy call is specifically for that. What options do I have moving forward?
Absolutely.
We have many veterans, right, Marbella, that come to us and they'll say, I want to move forward with a claim for my back. No medical records. How about this? Do you suffer from this? Yes. Okay, let's go this route instead. And
absolutely. We try to give you guys, or find the road of least resistance.
Yes, the path is
to help you.
Exactly, for
it doesn't
sure.
mean we can't come back to it when you get your records, but in the meantime, don't hold your claim up waiting for those records. There could be other things that we can help you with, Right. So absolutely.
So Patrick Morrissey, real quick, I just read your question. If you're still here, hopefully. I'm not sure if you're a member or not. I hope so. If not, get with us. You would have to appeal that, right? So if there is a denial, you may be lacking something specific related to that claim. And a lot of times it's that medical evidence or that Nexus letter, that independent medical opinion to support that. Those decision letters hold so much great information because they basically, in essence, tell you what the VA, why they're at first denying you and what they're missing in order to possibly award that claim. So read over those.
Don't get mad. Save them, right, Sandra? Look, I love those letters. I always find gold nuggets in there. There's always something there that we could use in your favor. So instead of throwing it away, save it, upload it, have your coach review it, and then we'll go from there.
And remember, medical evidence, truly, truly important to support your claim. The more evidence you provide, the less room you give the VA to deny your claim. It is 1 p.m. Eastern for me. Thank you so much for your time with us today. It's been a pleasure, a continued pleasure for me and Marbella, I know, to serve you. Thank you for your service again. And thank you for hosting with me, Marbella. It was a pleasure.
Oh, it's absolutely an honor and a pleasure. And again, if you guys want to learn more, if you want to get the rating you morally, ethically, and legally deserve, get with your coach after this, or schedule a free discovery call. Talk to one of our team members by going to vaclaims.help. We'd love to partner with you and help you along your claim journey. Thank you so much for being here with us. Truly an honor and a pleasure being here with each and every one of you.
Take good care.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.